Congratulations on installing the Ancra Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system in your fleet. You've just made an investment in your equipment, which will provide immediate returns and take your freight operations to the next level. How can we say that? Because we understand the nature of the LTL industry. We know it's a rugged, intense, and fast-paced environment. And that's exactly how we designed the Lift-A-Deck 2 system, to be the strongest, most flexible, fastest, and easiest to operate trailer decking system on the market. Because it's installed directly in the trailer, the decking system vastly reduces the time, effort, and materials needed to build load decks. Using the decking system effectively lets you increase the productivity of your trailers, maximizing profits, while providing the flexibility to load freight safely and securely, allowing you to reduce claims and provide superior customer service. The Lift-A-Deck 2 system has delivered results for fleets driving throughout the world. We're confident that our decking system will stand up to your demands. Used properly, you'll reap the cost savings and benefits of this system for years to come. In this video, we're going to demonstrate the proper use of the decking system. We'll discuss the components of the Ancra Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system, how to safely use the system, the proper method for loading a trailer using the system, and the inspection and general maintenance of the decking system. As you watch this video, please remember that Ancra has designed the Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system with safety in mind. Always use the decking system properly to prevent injury to yourself or coworkers. This safety placard should be posted in each unit and can be posted in your workplace. And always handle your customers' freight with care. The decking system, by itself, is not a substitute for safe freight handling techniques, including proper use of cargo straps, blocking, bracing, and dunnage. Improper use of the equipment may result in personal injury or damage to the equipment. Ancra is not responsible for injury or damage as a result of the improper use of the Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system. Let's start by taking a look at the components of the system. The Ancra Lift-A-Deck 2 is a decking system with a series of integrated, adjustable height deck beams spaced throughout the trailer, which can be used to create customized load decks. The decking system is made from a series of single-row flanged tracks, evenly distributed throughout the length of the trailer. On these tracks are a series of adjustable height deck beams. These deck beams are used to construct freight decks at any height in 1-inch increments. When not in use, the deck beams are secured in the top 2 store slots located at the roof of the trailer. On each end of the deck beam, a simple, secure foot assembly locks the beam at the desired height. Each foot assembly has 2 locking lugs, providing assurance that the beam is securely locked in the track. It's recommended to have beam stops installed at the bottom of each track to prevent the beams from sliding off the bottom of the track. A deck beam release bar is required to disengage the deck beam's foot assembly so that it can be raised or lowered. In addition to the components installed in the trailer, Ancra offers a variety of cargo straps, which are used to prevent the freight from shifting during transit or to secure it directly to the trailer. Ancra cargo straps lock into the tracking, giving you the flexibility to position them along the track at the necessary height. While freight can be loaded directly onto the deck beams, the decking system also accommodates the use of full or half sheets of plywood. Plywood is commonly used to construct a deck floor under the freight, which makes the freight pallet easier to load and protects the deck beams. In place of plywood, Ancra has developed a new patent-pending poly deck board that is designed to lock into the beams and create a stable deck floor. Now that we've taken a look at the components, let's cover the proper use of the system. The Ancra Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system is designed to make the construction of load decks safe, fast, and convenient. To ensure the decking system stays in order, you must use it properly. Proper use starts with the deck beam release bar. This tool is designed to make the system safe and easy to operate. Never stand directly under a beam while raising or lowering. Always use the release bar to raise or lower a beam to and from the roof of the trailer. Never use a dock hook or any other object to disengage the foot assembly or raise or lower the beam. Use of any object other than the beam release bar may cause personal injury, and will likely damage the equipment. Let's take a look at how to safely lower the beams. Use the release bar to disengage the foot assembly from the track. Allow the beam to slide down the track to the desired position, and then release the foot assembly. The spring-loaded foot lugs will re-engage the track, securing the beam. Now repeat on the opposite side. Depending on the desired height of the deck, you may need to lower each side incrementally to keep the beam from binding. Once the beam is safely within reach, you may use your hands to adjust its position on the track. However, please note that there's a pinch point between the foot assembly and the track. To prevent injury, always wear gloves when positioning beams, and disengage the foot release by grabbing it on both sides rather than curling a finger underneath and pulling. Once the beam is at the desired height, make sure both foot assemblies are fully engaged in the track and that the beam is level prior to loading. When not in use, raise the beam, using the release bar to the store position slots. These slots are located at the top of the tracks. When raising beams, please remember that the rolled-up trailer door is also stored along the roof. The beams near the rear of the trailer will not raise as high as the beams located in the center and nose. Finally, after use, always return the release bar to its holder on the trailer wall or forklift to prevent the loss of this important part. For your safety and those around you, make sure others are clear of the beam during operation. Do not raise or lower a beam while positioned directly underneath it. Never raise beams with a forklift. A forklift will damage the system and could cause severe personal injury. And if you're building a deck at the lowest possible height, make sure that the beam is fully engaged in the track and not resting on a beam stop. The beam stop is not designed to bear the weight of a fully loaded deck. Now, let's discuss proper loading methods when using the Lift-A-Deck 2 decking system. Improper loading techniques may result in poorly loaded or overloaded trailers. This is not only a safety consideration for employees and the motoring public, but it may also result in a safety violation and costly fines. So, with safe freight handling in mind, let's take a look at proper loading methods using this system. To construct a proper full deck, you must have at least 3 deck beams supporting the load. Use of plywood or poly deck boards to construct a deck floor is optional. Once freight has been loaded on the deck, use a cargo strap to brace the freight and prevent it from shifting during transit. When working with the decking system, either on foot or on a forklift, always pay attention to the placement of beams and the clearance beneath them. While the decking system makes it easier to construct load decks, lowered beams can be a personal safety hazard if you're not paying attention to their placement. Reflective tape has been placed on each beam to improve beam visibility, especially in low light situations. Remember, unlike prefabricated load decks, the beams in the built-in decking system can be placed at various heights throughout the trailer. When using a forklift, always position your blades as low as possible as you enter and exit the trailer. This will help eliminate potential damage to the deck beams. When placing freight on or under a deck, always check your clearance. This includes between the deck and the floor of the trailer, and between the deck and the beam secured at the roof of the trailer. Although the decking system makes your job easier, never become complacent. Always practice safety first. Don't try to cut corners or take shortcuts. For example, never adjust deck beams with freight loaded on them. This could cause the freight to shift position, resulting in severe injury or even death. Never use forklift blades to raise or lower beams. This will damage the decking system and again, may cause the freight to fall, resulting in severe injury or even death. And never stand on or under a deck while freight is being loaded or unloaded. In the event of an accident, you could be pinned between or trapped beneath freight. It's important to note that each deck beam has a load rating sticker indicating a working load limit rating per beam. However, due to the dynamic forces exerted on the beams during transit, it's a good policy that properly secured freight should not exceed 2,200 pounds per deck. Remember that a proper deck is constructed using 3 deck beams. Deck beams used individually or a combination of less than 3 beams limits the dynamic load rating to 750 pounds per beam. As you increase the capability to utilize more of the top half of the trailer, there's a greater risk of rollover due to the trailer's high center of gravity. To minimize this risk, try to load lighter freight on the decking system and keep the heavier freight on the floor of the trailer. And always check your trailer manifest and bills to avoid overloading the trailer. Finally, let's look at the inspection and maintenance of the system. The beauty of this system is its simplicity. It's as easy to maintain as it is to use. The decking system is manufactured from precision machined 6000 series extruded aluminum and does not require lubrication or constant maintenance. As long as the system is used properly and kept damage-free, Lift-to-Deck 2 beams will continue to slide smoothly with no binding. Before loading your trailer, inspect the track for wear or damage, which may cause the beams to not securely engage the track. Pay particular attention to the track where beams may have dropped from their storage position during transit. These beams need to have close inspection of the locking mechanism. Also, make sure to inspect the beams for damage. Damaged beams lose structural integrity and may cause serious personal injury and damage to your customer's freight. Inspect the track for damage that may affect the beam's ability to function properly. Significant damage to the track by cargo or forklift contact can result in poor system performance, and these track pieces should be replaced as soon as practical. Any track with missing rivets or that has pulled away from the wall must be repaired or replaced immediately. Inspect beam ends for proper operation and presence of any damage, especially to the lock keys. If the locking key shows damage similar to that shown, it must be replaced or the beam taken out of service. If beams cannot move in tracks, or if they're bent, broken, or punctured, they should be replaced. Slightly bent or non-punctured beams which can move freely do not need to be replaced. If a beam is damaged or not working properly, the beam should be replaced. The decking system has a machined slot at the bottom of the track. This slot allows you to replace the damaged beam with a fully functioning beam by simply removing the beam stop, sliding the beam to the bottom of the track, and inserting a new beam in the track. Ensure that you replace the beam stop after the new beam is installed. As you can see, the Ancra Lift-to-Deck 2 decking system provides many options for loading a trailer. Because of the ability to vary deck heights, many freight configurations, which were once a hindrance, may now be progressively loaded. Once you start using the Ancra Lift-to-Deck 2 system, you'll quickly understand why it's the most popular and well-respected decking system in the LTL industry. Drivers love the strength, flexibility, and ease of operation. Owners love the increased capacity, low maintenance cost, and return on investment. And customers love the peace of mind, knowing their freight will be moved safely and securely. Deliver results with the Ancra Lift-to-Deck 2 decking system.